It is time for today's Appendix N book club, complete with my kind of dirty notebook. Anyways, I need this so that I don't lose track of my thoughts. A really good starting point for exploring Appendix N, as well as just fantasy in general, is Tolkien's work. We really see Tolkien's influence, in my opinion, in the, scale of the world. Not that other fantasy doesn't have, large scale, world building, but Tolkien's has such a depth to it. It includes languages and stuff, which D&D does as well. We got things like the Ranger class being inspired by Aragorn. We got halflings, which were hobbits, and originally called that until, the threats from the Tolkien estate to Gygax, and he had to change a few things. We also got items and monsters like treants and the Balor, and my favorite, werebears. All inspired heavily and taken from Tolkien's world and placed into D&D. In the class I took, we read The Hobbit and The Silmarillion, and also on fairy stories, which is an academic essay that Tolkien wrote detailing his thoughts and opinions on fantasy and what makes good fantasy. I highly recommend you read that and add it to your list, especially if you are a fantasy writer or just interested in fantasy world building. The official Appendix N does not list the Silmarillion as a influence. It does list The Hobbit and the Ring trilogy, but it is added in the expanded appendix in the Player's Handbook in 5th edition. If you have trouble digesting the Silmarillion, I recommend doing an audiobook. It makes it a lot more digestible, I found, and it's helped a lot of other people too to try doing that instead of, just sitting down and reading it. There is something to be said for Gygax downplaying the influences of Tolkien later on, partially due to those legal issues mentioned before. But I think that really when we dive into the other books, you'll see how much those influenced the world, arguably more.